So I'm going to put some texture medium out. This is very thick, as you can see. And I'm going to put some light primer there. Light primer has tannin blockers. It's inexpensive. It's a hard seal. It takes the place of your more expensive pigment when you're doing your backgrounds. So I put some of that there. I didn't make it exactly even, but close. And then I'm going to put a little paint in. I think I might put a little more light primer. You never have to shake Traditions paint. I just kind of shook this down to the top of the bottle, but you never have to shake any Traditions paint. And all of the Traditions, I'm going to mix this up now. All of the Traditions mediums and paints are compatible with each other because they all have the same resin base. So you can mix whatever combination of paint and mediums together that you wish. Okay. So I'm just going to mix this together with my palette knife. You kind of scrape and mash. You never stir. It's always a scrape and a mash motion. That will get things mixed up the best. Okay, so this is our gesso. Now I'm going to get a larger palette knife. Or maybe I'll just use my credit card. That'll work. Let's just use our card. And I'm going to put it on. I'm going to move this out of the way just a little so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm scraping this up and putting it on. And I'm going to slather it onto the canvas. It's a little messy, but it's kind of fun. So I'm covering the entire surface. Then I'm going to take that credit card and I'm going to scrape it, dump what comes off back on my pad, on my palette pad. So you can see that we've covered a lot of it, but if you look close, we still have some weaves showing. So we still have some weaves showing. But we have all of this left over. Now I'm going to hit this with my heat gun because you do need to dry it in between. Get this off the edges. I have to make sure that it's thoroughly dry. My edges are not dry, but I'm going to kind of ignore those for right now. So it doesn't take that long, but you do have to make sure it's dry. So I'm going to come back to what I have over here. I'm going to pick it back up. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to put it back on here. I'm going to spread it out all over again. Okay, do the same thing. Going to take that card, I'm going to scrape it off. Scrape off the excess. I'm not so sure that it was on camera, but there we go. So what I'm doing is scraping the excess off with my card. And you'll notice that a whole lot more of it is covered this time. Let's hit the heat gun one more time. You do want to be careful if you're using a heat gun not to get it too close. I did, and it bubbled a little. So you want to try not to do that. Okay, but you can see now that you're getting, and feel that you're getting a smoother surface. And we're going to go and we're going to do this same thing one more time. Notice I'm still using the same gob of goop that I mixed up the first time. I haven't had to make any more. Now if you're using a larger surface, you know, you need to make more than I did. Spreading this out. And you can tell by the way it spreads on that it's a whole lot smoother. You can sand in between these coats if you want. I haven't done it today. I don't usually do it. Sometimes I do. I don't usually do it because I try when I'm doing my scraping to make sure that I get a very smooth little surface when I scrape. Okay, I'm still seeing some weave right here. So basically about 3 times we'll do this and we'll fill in all your weave, but sometimes you might need to do it a 4th, or maybe just in spots for a 4th. This is 3 times, and I'm just about out of weave. I've just about pretty much covered all my weave. So now I'm going to scrape it. And looking at it, I can see a little bit, maybe still in the center here, so I'm just going to put that back on and cover that up. So 3 times, maybe sometimes 4, depending on how rough your canvas started out. This was a cheap canvas board from Walmart, so it was pretty rough weave. If you get the portrait canvas, Frederick's portrait canvas, then there's less weave to cover. So I'm going to smooth this off. I'm going to and I still have some left over if I need to do it a 4th time. And I'm going to dry it. And the reason that I'll get some bubbles if I get the heat gun too close is because this is a piece of canvas glued onto a cardboard board, and if I get that heat gun too close, then I'm heating up the glue, and that's what's coming through. So that's why I have to be a little bit careful about that. Yeah, it's messy. You might want to wear some gloves when you do it, because this primer will stay on your hands. You have to scrub it off, so you might want to use gloves. But if you hear that, I have a really nice hard surface now to paint on. And if I feel like I need to sand, some fine sanding here, and go over it. And smooth out any rough patches that I might still have from the scraping. And then I can put sealer over it, ideally the Traditions multi-purpose sealer, because it's compatible and it's a very hard surface. But there's your smooth hard surface to paint on with canvas.